better. This is me at 40. See? This is abs, right? Look. They don't exist anymore. You can see? You see abs? You see? Abs. 40. March, and then obviously no funny dude. That's enough abs, right? I mean that counts. That counts. I mean they might not be perfect, but you know, okay. I mean I can show face too. I just have to zoom in. Here's another picture. Look. This 40-year-old Kungen. Look. You see that is me with shorter hair, not looking as bum. See abs? Proof. Shoulder and say no thanks. Yeah, everything is strong. That was me a few months ago. Oh yeah. Now. Okay, you wanna hear how abs sound? That's abs right there. Show abs now. That's the sound of rock hard abs, okay?
It's just been so nice.
That's
with all
the
the
sound
recent
of
updates,
abs.
you know? The skins,
Wait, let me watch
the
my abs. My
anniversary
abs were
treasure,
sweaty.
the quality of life updates.
Everyone knows that's
My
the sound of
armor
rock hard abs.
is looking so fresh right now.
But I did actually go to the gym.
What are your thoughts on it?
Like every day for almost 3 months. Literally like 25 days a month. Just to reach my goal. Because I had promised it, so I had to keep it. And then...
what do you mean muted?
Yeah, quickly lost it. Due to Diablo 4. You can still see my abs a bit if I pull my fat away.
Okay.
As much as possible. But drag it down. They're hiding under there somewhere. Like, drag it hard. So goal at 50 is the, yeah, at 50 I'm gonna have abs again. 50-year-old abs. 10 years, boys, I promise. Abs at 50. Next goal. I don't know how long they're gonna stay. We'll find out, I guess. Okay,
that was fictionalized for dramatic effect, I assure you. I'm actually a very well-mannered player. I mean, Black managed to get 12,000 behaviors for them.
Weapon, time for barbecue spec, boys. We're gonna shuffle these around for now. Okay, check this, boys. Barbecue spec.
That ain't good. The reports are in.
Compare the DPS.
See, when you do behave poorly in games and you do get muted, you know, sometimes it takes a little while for the system to kick in, but unfortunately, Tsunami reality has caught up with you. Oh, yeah, well, I'm already seeing where the mute might be coming from.
When you guys do your best reports, is it during the game? Are you one of those, like, every time they grief you, report them for griefing?
You can do it twice.
If you don't put on a lot of weight, it's not that hard to get abs. I mean, you just have to...
It always works for me.
Yeah.
Not eat a lot for a few months and
So who reported him during the last panel?
Exercises.
I definitely did.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
I reported him after.
It depends on how much fluff you have going into it.
Wait, I can't. What is
He can't hard, remember?
But it depends on pre-preparation.
Who do they ban for game?
I don't know how good barbecue is there. Let's try a few more moves.
Phenomenal ban for this panel, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, it's just
Very
lowering your
interesting.
body
Shopify
fat.
is
Of course,
switching up. They're putting those like
the
second
more you
phase ban
train
heroes
them,
in
the
the first
bigger the
phase.
abs will be, and the more likely it is they will
Yeah,
show.
try to
So
let
like,
Who's first pick here? Okay,
if
so
you have
Shopify
big
Villain
abs
did get
under
the
your
first pick.
fat, they could
That's what they
show
needed,
at
I think,
not that
so they
low
could
of a body
get
fat.
the carry of their choice. They banned PA themselves.
So like
Ben's
it just
gone.
depends, like
I think
the
we're
ab
probably
size
going to see a
actually
gyro.
matters.
Team Spirit
If
has
you have
mentioned
fat.
that.
I mean, if you have
they
no
banned.
fat,
Actually, they
then
banned it
you
last
see
year,
them,
right?
of
They
course,
did ban
always.
gyro. So at least if they all get out of the pool, then we're gonna have a different type of game. But I
Yeah,
think that
abs are
really does
definitely
favor
making
Team
it
Spirit because we've seen Yatoro. He plays stuff like Spectre, these off-meta type of heroes where RTZ, he's played the Pudge, he's played these other heroes, but that was on the back of an Orbit
But it's
TA,
like, I
so
don't
I wouldn't
care
be
about
surprised
that.
to
It was
see
just
the
like a
TA
goal
go
I
out
had.
here as well.
I mean,
But if you
just
want to
to,
go
like,
that route, then you're
motivate
leaving what
the
Brewmaster in the pool.
Like, I don't care.
Anything else notable?
Yeah, look at Eddie Hall, exactly. Like, he has a
Joker
huge
will be in the
stomach
pool.
and he
Yeah,
still
you have
has
some
abs,
decisions to
because
make
his
here,
abs
I
are
guess, if you are
enormous.
Team Spirit, if you want to focus RTZ this heavily.
I mean, it's a
He
good
can have-
choice
he
if
can
his
have, like,
hero pool is
40% body
limited,
fat
you
and
let
still have abs.
more of his heroes through instead of banning
Probably.
him, because clearly the last game didn't fare so well. So
And Tsunami stopped riding.
we have to.
Here, all the way over here. You're muted, you're reported.
Or do you
Please
expect how will
stop
it
being
be?
toxic.
Not too
Maybe
shabby.
he's trying to, you know,
Grilling these boys.
repent for his mistakes. Maybe he's
Same
actually trying to write good things and get his behavior score.
No, he needs to raise his low priority.
Dawnbreaker again, question mark. I mean, that's not really a comment.
Really, the text is in the eye of the beholder. Is he one of those toxic guys who's like saying Dawnbreaker again, morons? Or is it like, okay, there we go. Oh, is that a toxic? Well played, though.
Wow, you banned Gyro. Well played, guys.
You know how it works though, like when you get reported, like you can't even see his text.
Grilling
Yeah, well,
boys.
he's on that verge where like we can still see his text, but his mic isn't working.
You can only
So-
see like chat.
Can you still see his
Like, I don't
ping?
know if I think
Yes, I
Morgan
believe
might
so.
still
But
be
they're
there,
limited.
But they have
Can you
really high armor.
communicate with us in Morse code?
Ideally.
Right now, this is way too much pinging for someone in low priority.
Oh, they actually banned
Borderlands
Dawn.
too
Look
good.
at that. All right.
With the blur.
Okay.
With the blur.
Maybe.
Turns out people
And
muted.
actually,
I mean, that leaves Brewmaster.
I get one
that
command.
leaves
I get one
Invoker.
command for the Dawn. That's a good call. That's pretty good.
But do you want to give him Invoker?
How would you lose a
Or
lot
do you
of
wanna
weight?
give
Well, I mean, the
Gabriel
easiest way to lose weight is just to fast more. I mean, it's very simple.
Why am
Don't
I
eat a lot. Fast.
Yeah, now we're toxic again.
I mean, that's
It lasted very short.
I
You
went
got the
from
Dawnbreaker
100
right.
kilos
I
to
gave him a command.
93 in
You can't
like
report
1.5
after commanding
months
someone, right?
by
It's kind of
just
binding.
Not eating breakfast.
Yeah,
You didn't commit
Yeah.
though. I
I'm
jumped the gun. I
drinking a
shouldn't have
bunch
done
of
that.
shit.
Well, you can still report him.
Just like
Let's get
that.
him down below where he can even type.
Have you ever like commended your teammate after the game
I was
and then you
losing,
realize
like,
when you look at the
half a
profile that they're
kilo or
smart and you're like,
1
oh
kilo
shit, I need to,
By just
but you can't do it
fasting,
anymore.
basically.
But I think you can commend
Now I
it.
think I
Can
can
you?
stay at the same weight.
There's a, it's
I
disliked
eat
now,
twice a day.
right? Is it? You commend.
I
And then there's
fast,
still
like, I
a
have
report.
eaten today, right?
I thought if you
So
commended the
I
other
just
two,
usually fast.
Does it? I know the dislike button disappears, but
You
there's
don't
I'm
the...
want
surprised
to
you
get
wouldn't
used to it,
know.
you
It
don't
sounds like
really
you used
get
the
hungry.
report feature
I
quite.
mean, who
You
the
have
hell
way more
commends
energy,
someone and then
some
reports them?
benefits
That's like a very bipolar thing to do.
Only for Smurfs. Smurfs
But
must be punished.
when I was working down
And there goes the
towards,
Brewmaster.
my
Got a
goal
good
was
win
to
rate,
lose half a
7 and
kilo
2.
a week
And that's how this man got
by just
12K
eating
played
things like
Brewmaster.
this.
So.
Yeah.
And still doing
I mean, they
like the
banned
same
them
thing
Invoker
as before.
themselves, so there's going to be no trade
Oh, wait,
in that
I didn't
regard.
check the power.
And some of the
How
better
has the
heroes,
mid
Gyro
carry
and
been?
Sven against
Worse or
Brewmaster will be out of the pool. I mean, PA
Fine.
is really good versus Brew too, I think.
He's been too.
This looks like a good trade.
Oh, that's pretty good versus Brew too, right? The Fatal Bombs will just kill all the Brewians really quick.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And
You
the
don't
laning
really have
stage is
to
fine.
exercise more to lose
It's a good
more
way to
weight.
like
I mean,
force
just
him from
less.
trading
I mean,
hits
it's
to
literally
kind of a thing
like
because the waves are always
it's
pushing
usually
and
that
his
simple for
HP a
most
bit low,
people.
so it'll make
Which
his
can be
laning stage
hard,
less.
of course.
Same. And we won't see like the
It's an
3-3
easy
Midas at
solution that is hard
5
to do.
minutes that he had earlier today.
I genuinely think this opener from Shopify is pretty much the best adjustment they could make after this one. I think this is pretty much perfect.
And you never want to
You
lose
got what
weight
you
too
wanted with
fast.
the right carry bands.
Like
and
I was only losing.
You
like
said you
most
think they should
weeks,
first phase the
half a
carry.
kilo,
They haven't
sometimes
because
one,
Brew is
but
in.
Well, they
The
should
goal
first
was
phase
follow
one of
later.
the popular carries, but
Right.
none of them got
It
through,
kinda
right?
happened naturally. I had
it
a
really
record
comes
in the
down-
kitchen.
I
I
mean,
put my starting weight at
it really
100
just
kilo,
comes down to
Oh no.
and then I kind of lost
You're
half a
definitely
kilo.
Are you really trying
sometimes a
to
little
lose
bit
your
more
writing
every
privileges
week,
too?
sometimes not
Excellent
a lot at
anime
all.
drawing, I gotta
But,
say.
I mean, I
This
kind
guy's
of
got
know.
experience. What do you do in your free time?
If I eat like a usually
that's not
do,
really
I
close to
stay
taking
at
the
the same weight. So
That's-
I just gotta
that's not a
I mean,
reportable
it's
offense.
I don't keep
Imagine
track of
commending
it. I just-
someone, and the next things
I'm
they do
aware how much
is
I eat
flame
every
you
day, so
and
I
then
just cut
point out they
back
have
a
an
little
anime
bit,
profile
that's it.
picture as their two next messages on a piece of paper.
Yeah, 1, 2
definitely
LBS.
not
Yeah,
trying to get
that's
out.
what I was doing.
Low
So
behavior, that's
in
for sure.
2-3
He's
months,
trying
I
to
lost
speed
7
run low
kilo,
behavior,
and then
But the real question
low
of this,
priority
then my
80%.
abs were
the real question of this draft is
good.
going to be, it's shaping out to be kind of like a last pick
From
carry
100
type
kilo
of
to
game.
93. I don't know what I weigh now.
For both teams?
Yeah, for
A
both
little bit
teams.
more, maybe-
And I think
maybe
who
95, I don't
is
know.
has
I
the edge?
haven't-
Is
I
it going to
don't
be
know.
Arturo or is it going to
I
be
need to go to the
Arteezy?
gym to know how much I weigh.
It's going to be the question of the
I
day
haven't
here.
been for
I guess the upside for Shopify is that there's a
I'm
lot of
6'4".
carries that are not good against Brew, right? That are because the
I
ones
have
that
no
are
clue.
good against Brew are banned. So now you're
I'm
starting to
not-
look at,
I'm not
well, if you're
gaining
playing
a lot of
illusion
weight at the
carries, they
moment,
kind of
so I
hate
guess-
it because of the dispel mechanic.
Yeah.
There's a lot of the melee carries that are popular in this patch that actually trade pretty poorly against Brew.
We
with
will
this
find
new
out in the near
passive.
future.
So perhaps you do need to get a little bit creative. Are we looking at maybe a range carry for your 4 here, like something Morphling?
What did I
Morphling,
eat for
Drow,
breakfast?
you know, those types of heroes that
Absolutely nothing.
just stay away
I
from
don't
Brew in the
eat
lane and then
breakfast.
kill him later. God forbid Luna.
God forbidden.
I eat like dinner
God
and
forbid.
evening
So it's
meal,
not that one.
kind of, and that's it.
That's confirmed.
I mean, I think the only way you can play Luna right now is
Besides,
by
like,
doing like
small
some
snacks.
early acts
Time to eat the
type
banana.
Okay.
build, and then
But
that's
once
not
you're
good
used
for
to it, you never really get hungry. you. It's
Like,
really nice.
it's an old school counter
Like,
with
it's
glaives.
really nice to...
Yeah, the whole right-click hard carry Luna
have the
just,
need for food all
you know,
the
it
time.
doesn't have the same treatment that Sven got or Gyro got. The glaives just aren't good enough.
Yeah, she's not that good at getting like solo kills
it's
outside of
actually
like
a
the
great
clips
feeling
anyways.
to
Like
never
she doesn't
get
match up
hungry. I
against the other
literally never get
carries
hungry.
in the same
I
power
just eat
spike.
because
So
it's yummy to eat. I don't really feel hungry anymore.
the Dark Willow is going to be really solid here. Team Spirit's been using it very successfully. Gives them
Well, I
nice
drink
team fight
Nocco and water.
too, which is great. Saw Save have an incredible performance on yesterday. And Shopify gets the Venge again.
It's an interesting
most
one, I
people
think.
are
Not
just
Venge, but the Dark Willow, because I've seen a lot of games where Brewmaster, like, he gets brambled, or right before the Cursed Crown takes, he gets his ult off. So that control isn't particularly good for Brew. But you do have the Terrorize, which can be good. So I'm not sure how strong that's going to be, and that's just a comfort pick right there. Like, we're going to get the crit Venge, and then back to fly on the Enchantress, and I think the reason why they're doing this is because of the carry pool that got banned. And I think Arteezy, he's priming himself to be able to pick whatever carry he wants in the game. And you can't really do that if you're not playing Gyro, you're not playing Spin, because you're going to have a weak laning stage, right? And Enchantress makes up for that weak laning stage.
It's actually very nice.
That is way too much tech.
Oh, I saw him
recommend.
writing the first 3 lines, and I was like, this is the final straw. I'm actually taking away his writing privileges, but he solved it in the end, so he gets to keep his pen for now.
What do you mean? Right, he wrote a blog, too long didn't read.
Think long term.
So that was a long word. I'm trying to see if he spelled unbelievably correctly.
You're gonna hate
Okay,
it.
The biggest
eventually, and
oversight
it's
with
more
Dark
likely
Willow
to
is that
quit.
she's
No, you don't.
unbelievably
Slow
overpowered
down.
with Mirror.
Nice.
Slow
Okay,
down.
I can't read, so
I have
There you
done
go.
what
Yeah,
you have done
he
many
did
times in
snipe
my
that. I
life.
was wondering about Doom, one of the other
Slow down
offlaners
a
that was
bit.
kind of
It's
trending
more
in
healthy,
bans
and it
in
will
the
last
first
a bit
couple days of the
longer.
tournament, but
Я не готова.
yeah, that's one of the ones that's left.
What is it?
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's better
Brews,
in every way.
is it his purple form that gives status resist?
Don't ask me.
Yes.
How long does Doom last?
I mean, it's the same
When
with
you have
anything in life.
15-ish
Unless
seconds.
it's
Yeah,
your
when you use the purple
greatest
form.
hobby, like
Well, with or without
if you love
Cinderbrew.
going to the gym
I'm glad
more than
purchasing.
anything in life,
Cinderbrew would, well,
I
there's
mean, then
the, it
you're not
depends
gonna
which
struggle
15
with
talent you get. You either get the one that makes
with
up the
quitting,
duration
but most
last
people
longer,
do not
or
love it
you
more than
amplify it.
everything in life,
Last, when
and if
3
they
people
go
played
too
earlier
hard,
today, he went to
they
amplify,
tend
so that'd
to
be
quit.
4 times status duration.
They
That's
go really
80%
hard,
status.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So that means the
maybe
Doom
months,
on a
and then
purple brew that's
all of a
brewed up
sudden
is
nothing
3.5
for a long
seconds.
time, and then they lose
Yeah,
all the
something
gates
very
and they
short.
restart, and then again
If you
lose
go
all
that
games,
fast.
I'm sure it's
restart.
fine. I mean, it'll do a lot of
Repeat
damage though, right? Because the damage
forever.
happens really fast.
Yeah, damage is the same.
And he can't
Duration
reveal it,
for
right?
I mean,
the
it's
win.
like, what, 30, 50, 70 pure or something, so it's like, yeah, it's like 1,000 damage,
Yeah.
but
Pretty quick.
if it's maxed.
Well, look at that, Fear.
Would you
It's
look
your
at
favorite,
that?
Your favorite hero. Well, the conditions are better this time.
Much
Slow and
better.
steady.
Much better.
Yeah, they don't have running you heroes
like
that
in
are
hardcore
super, super
leveling the first
mobile, at
time.
least.
They don't
They're
have any
disabled.
stuns.
Yeah.
I
Have
mean,
as much damage.
damage.
Morta's not a
It really
hero
is.
that builds lifesteal anyway, so when you get
used
doomed,
to be
you're not
what
really...
I just described.
Now
That's
the
what
way
I
the
always
Doom
did
works
in the
now is you
past
can still
as well.
BKB, you can use all
And
your
it
items, you just don't
disappoints
lifesteal
players
anymore. Morta
online.
doesn't really care about that,
Probably
so
very many,
these heroes aren't particularly good. And of course, Troll, you press your
I am
R,
good.
Morta
We're
presses
still
R,
alive.
what do you do as a Troll,
Totem
right?
King
Then you
and
have that
not
magic damage to go
disappointed
through
that
the
people
agility
have
hero,
died,
that high
but
armor. It's a
we alive
much better
ourselves.
Morta game.
Yeah,
So
look at this,
besides
boys.
the
That
fact
is
that,
an
you know, I
elite.
was memeing around saying Arteezy's only
Unless
going to play
this
4
hunter
carries,
kills it, I'm
might
gonna
be
show
true,
you
but
the
this is a
power
better
of
game
the
for it.
Totem King. Turtle Elite.
Just pick it later.
Yeah,
Who believes
actually,
in
if you
the
enter
Totem
the
King?
fight as Muerta and you use your ult at the beginning of the fight, Team Spirit kind of have no
we
counterplay
should
currently except
focus on-
Terrorize, right? You can literally just stand your ground. Troll can't fight you. If you get doomed, you don't really care.
It's
as long as you get rolled off first, as you mentioned.
Yeah. If you get caught before you ult, you have a problem.
You're right.
But
Get rid of it.
you could maybe rely on getting some good sources of vision. You have Wave of Terror, you have Enchantress Creep, you have Brewmaster that can... The most obnoxious thing about Brewmaster, which I think is why we see this hero banned in almost every game, is that it feels
Never.
like...
I already
It's like a
killed him.
pseudo
Well, I mean,
Abaddon
not
in the
me,
sense
it
that
was
it's showing in a lane, and you feel like we can't kill this hero fast enough before it does
Hello there,
something.
mob.
So Abba will always get his ulti off, but then you're just there. With Brew, if you don't kill him right away, he gets an ulti off that's like 10 times the impact. Gives vision, gives all sorts of control. His
Totem
team
King,
connects you
let's
in the
go!
fight. It's hard to fight inside mid
Smack
Roche.
him. I don't know if Wind Fury is the way to go against
So
high armor.
you can
mob,
use
but
Brewmaster essentially as a vision
Here
hero.
we are.
Almost.
That's a
frontline.
Necrophos spam.
Yeah, very interesting.
Laurel
Oh,
did
shit.
play it earlier in the tournament. He
Gamarita
went
is
like...
strong, boys.
Against
I
what?
think the way is to beat
I can't
them.
recall. I just
Oh,
remember the fight. He bought really fast shard, and he took that. They took that fight near the
Gamarita,
north.
pretty
It was
strong,
Dire
boys.
Rush.
Must have been
it
versus
was
the
against
spirit
Tiny.
hero?
We
Tiny,
have
oh,
to do a
Tiny.
little bit
You
of
have
the-
obliterated
the
Tiny,
healing
which
things,
I don't know if is this a hint that they're thinking about Tiny, or... Because obviously it's an Abed hero last, right? And they have to pick...
Gamarita, you get nothing on
They're
the
just
Totem
worried
King.
about what's going to kill Muerta, because the other 4 heroes aren't going to do it very well. I think
Gamarita.
Necrophos would have been fine for that. It's
Yeah, okay.
against
You get
Enchantress
nothing on the
bench, I feel like.
Totem King.
Oh, they banned Storm.
There we go. The Shaman boys.
So Abed Primal Beast.
Well, by having a little bit of an
And the
identity
region.
crisis here, banning out
shit.
Storm and
Damn,
force
that
picking
is
the
some
carry.
fan armor
I
right there.
have
Some
one
fan
issue right now with
armor.
Shopify Rebellion's draft, and that is the fact that they have very little damage. If RTZ's not there.
You
Like,
should relax
yeah.
a bit.
who
and
is
let me,
Primal
like,
gonna
kill
play
you,
with
okay?
to get kills? Like, they have Venge.
The enemy TP'd by Blade Mail.
Yeah, just kill him with Blade Mail. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, Primal, if he wins his lane, which he shouldn't, in theory, because you have a counter pick, right?
Poison reset?
It shouldn't be like the freest game, but you never know. You can run across the map, get some kills, get Gonierans.
Oh shit.
Stuff will happen. But he doesn't. What my point is, they don't have like a Skywrath or a Dark Willow to really like play with the Primal. Brewmaster doesn't really bring much damage either until later. So only concern here for Rebellion is that they don't do super roll in the lanes. For Abed, who's he gonna play
with?
with?
Test, okay?
I'm not sure.
So we
And now
try
he is
barbecue
facing
against
one of
Gamma
Primal
Rita.
Beast's worst
Try barbecue and
mid-matchups,
save
I would say.
everything.
Queen of Pain, constant
See,
harassment with magic
tough
supply
one here.
damage. You can't
Flame
ever go on her
weapon.
to just blink when you charge her.
Maybe barbecue is the winner.
Similar to last
I'm gonna
game, we
try
talked about
another
how
thing
Queen
as
of
well.
Pain was meant to like
trying
ask
to
to
do
run over
armor.
the lane against Earth Spirit, where I think that it wasn't fully a run over, which
gotten
did
more.
well. I think the conditions this time are very different. What's that?
Okay, here we go.
It's math. Didn't I already say most of this
Gamma
stuff?
Rita, you suck. I'm gonna spank you,
Oh,
okay?
yeah, let me just plug this in really quick.
Go more defensive.
Man, this is a real equation.
You know
Go
what? It
barbecue.
wouldn't even
I think
surprise
the
me
way
if this is
is
correct.
to-
I mean, I don't know.
This man definitely took calculus.
Maybe tiny armor debuff.
3.2 seconds.
The first iteration, I
Barbecue
believe.
build.
I'll tell you his notation was correct.
I mean, that definitely wasn't.
It looked great.
Or is it 3.2
Now we're like
days
two
of
half build here.
having
Oh,
location?
I just gave it away. I can actually read, but only math.
Oh yeah, like you can read numbers.
What
not
is this?
letters.
Something sandwich.
A
Oh.
little bit of this.
Which sandwich would you like to eat
A
tonight?
bit of full healing. Back to the barbecue.
I love,
I'm gonna
Griller.
take a bite of the
I love
long
Radiant
If you
Stand,
want,
Radiant
you can
Stand.
survive very long. Shaman.
Sounds very healthy. And
I was gonna say the
Reasoning
Queen of
doesn't
Pain
matter.
this game though, they have far. It's a much better
Sticking
game
up,
for Queen of
boys.
Pain, much better game for Murta. I don't know who I'm rooting for. I'm gonna say Spirit's probably gonna take this one because I feel like Abed's not gonna get much done in the mid game just because he doesn't have anyone to play with.
Go some quick heals. 1, 2. Oh, we go slow and steady. Stop doing so much damage, Gamma Rita. We're just pushing it out. Gamma Rita
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Time for game
by
two
the
between
total
Team
kill.
Spirit and
Easy
Shopify
clap.
Rebellion. Folks, once again, we're seeing the word come out from Shopify Rebellion in a bit of a...
It's the Maraudon shield. I think it's actually pre-rate this.
Right,
It
it's
dropped
not
again
coming out as the
today.
first pick. Comes out as probably the fourth pick. This feels a lot better, right?
It feels way
1-1.
better. There's not literally 3 heroes that just shred and get on top of you, right? We saw the Earth Spirit,
But I
we
mean,
saw the
if
Primal
you play
Beast just really
full
just
defensive,
make no game.
you can probably
You literally
win
don't get
full
to play
mana.
notice.
I mean,
It
if you
does
really
look
fight
a lot better.
Shaman
That being
pretty
said, though, the Queen of Pain also does look a lot better this game, like they said on the panel for Laurel. She only has to play really versus a couple limited disables and only the one
But that
silence,
was,
so...
so that
And
was
it probably
with
in
the,
a better matchup, right?
barbecue
This
spec.
Queen of Pain versus Primal Beast is one of the
Usually
best
better on
defending
high
picks.
armor.
Let's see if Abed does what we saw in a lot of these matchups when the lane is hard.
Nearly
He's just
40%.
going to
Play
move
strong
around with those
attack,
creeps, right? He's going to
25.
pull creeps and neutrals and just try to maximize on this Primal Beast. Let's see what Abed do for
We're looking for bottom, so they only along the reach.
And of course, Shopify, they've got that through.
They do everything.
Seems to be pretty hot
Gamma
right
Rita was
now.
kind of
Yeah,
strong.
and I was
because
trying
she
to
lowered the armor.
do the calculations there
She
for
was a
whatever
pain
that
in the
hell
butt.
that Tsunami was writing. I think he
50%
was
less armor
talking
when
about the
you're
void
tanky,
stance
that's
and you
not
get
bad.
doomed or something like that that only
Turn
lasts like 3
Totem
seconds.
King into a
I think
two-hand user, pretty much.
that would be pretty cool. There is going to be something. So let's see what
Means
ends up
you're
going
very
down here in this
switch.
game, and let's see it fly. On his Enchantress, a hero that he's been able to guarantee most lanes for Arteezy with. Let's see if he's going to be able to do it versus Mirror on the Willow and Collapse.
We can go there.
Now what you just got to make about
Wait,
the
do you just
carry
go there, or do you
Shopify
have
rule
to
this
farm
game,
something?
the more
I
entrance
don't know.
control, how do these two normally tend to go head-to-head and how the timings
Do we
work?
get the
I mean, if you get
island,
the
or do we
Priest
have
to
to
pierce the
fly?
veil, it's going to be excellent for him. Of course, fly, and he'll coming out.
But can I spawn it?
But overall, these lanes,
Yeah.
we'll have to see how they
Can we,
overall end
can
up
we
going
do
down.
it?
Because I feel like Troll. I got to see this lane before, and I knew it was going to be strong, but it was actually looked like one of the strongest lanes pairing with a Warlock. I mean, this Troll actually just made the lane impossible for anybody to really contest. So, timings
these
for the
are
Troll definitely feel like they could be a bit
nice.
faster because this one could get shut down a bit. So does feel like Spirit, they have ticked the boxes of really looking to kind of dominate these lanes.
I think
But much more meta draft coming out of the shop.
Do you, wait, like, can you buy these? I need
Should
to
be in for a closer
No,
game.
can you buy them?
And at least
I've
a lane
always
in
had
which
the
you
same.
feel
I've had them,
should
but
be
I
able to
never
get a bit
ran
more
out.
in game farm than he did last game.
He should be able to just because he has Fly.
Now they're
As long
on.
as Fly is there keeping the heals, yes,
Yes,
there
I
is always the
feel
risk of him dying though, because it is a lot of magic damage that comes out from these two. If they do get on top of him with a connection of one of these Infernal Blades or one of these Brambles, Arteezy could just die.
Look at this.
What a lane.
Push cut.
Shadow Word heal and the stick charges.
Misses.
The body blocks.
Food.
Saberlight, he might be the one in trouble. The root comes in, he's got stick charges himself. Toro. Just counts off of him in the trees, the magic missile.
Let me keep
Hold back.
Correct. 8 stick charges on crit. Breaks the south instantly.
Yeah, good way to
Go
terror
big
that.
total.
Very nicely done. Saberlight will be able to keep his active, but Pushka does not. They're kept very low down here.
Full mana, but it's okay.
Really nicely addressed. The power of the bench, and of course that wave of terror really coming into play there.
All kidnappers.
So far so good here from Arbit in mid matchup, keeping it even against Lal. Of course now is when it gets a bit trickier at 2 points in the dagger.
Definitely when it gets quite hard there for Abed. I mean, Laurel might even go for like the 3rd point and through this lane. But yeah, Abed, first few waves looking great. He's been killing it
No
this
match for
tournament
the
in the
Totem
laning
King,
phase.
of course, but
As you said, he's going to get a bit harder as those levels come out.
very strong.
Yeah, so far, Vlad definitely able to keep Arteezy healthy, getting those last hits 12 and 3. Steven found himself the Stater Mind Stealer, so they're pretty much full health and full mana up top.
Do a little safe heal.
Already just across the board, this first few minutes looking much better. Yeah. Shopify. We saw in game 1.
Way more meta driven. And of
clap,
course, they're
easy
going to
clap,
have a
boys.
really good team fight that's going to be coming out of this
No match for the
Brewmaster.
Totem King, these guys.
This lane should be going
Boom.
pretty good.
Oh shit, look at that book. These should kind of tanky though.
Might have a chance here. He's going to have Bramble and Shadow Realm.
He's got the healing lotus too, so
Very
we get the
tanky,
connection.
that boys.
Damage to finish it off. He won't get the Shadow Realm as far as behind some trees.
Very
They
far.
were
And
on a
very
lane.
bottom, the battle.
Going on Yatoro going to try and stand his ground, but the stick charges there, but Polska
nice.
got the clean up though.
Thank you.
Might be one of those games where we see a Warlock do quite a lot.
I always
He's
see
getting
this.
that sort of solo XP like this, Fog.
We see it so often now, these little imps.
So, if you want to join
Slow
the
'em
guild,
up.
it's
The
level...
mystery.
you have to
They
join
do
the
get up
guild.
getting
We
that
have
first
3
blood, but
guilds.
2 kills going to the way of Poshka.
We have
Definitely
middle
one of those
for the small
you
guys.
don't feel bad
and then
about
middle
getting
level for
that
medium.
Mira,
And if
oh,
you're 4
Arteezy
plus,
gets the connection. Beautiful
right.
shot. That was a solo kill versus 2. That shot
Yeah, I think
does
the
bounce
rest was
back
fake
into the
news. I
creep
don't
wave.
think anyone did get rest. I'm pretty sure that was not.
But these denies are the big one.
Against Lars Swap.
Yeah,
I
because
mean,
we
it
saw
doesn't
last
make
one, it
sense
was,
either.
I believe there was like 11
Since
denies on
said
Abed when he was playing the Quap versus
12
the
hours
0
before it
denies
happened
on
that
the
they
side of
would
that
not
Earthspear
rest
from
anyone.
before. So, right, Abed.
They made a post saying it would be weird if they just did a 180 on it. Yeah, maybe.
Top lane.
Maybe if they know you in real life. Maybe
Regress
it's
for
DM.
Arteezy. Got hit by the blood grenade though. Scores death upon him. Find a right click from Mira. They will take him down.
Why?
It's insane though. I can't believe that actually happened. It
We'll be
doesn't
okay.
feel that it, like since I didn't die to it, it doesn't really feel like it happened. But
Getting aggressive onto collapse, maybe not
thousands
the
of people
not the best
died
choice
today.
there. He's able to just turn, get all that damage connection with
That's
the
insane.
Scorched Earth onto Arteezy, just melted down.
Crazy.
Collapse does not
Could have
connect.
been one of them,
Toro.
but we got lucky. Yeah.
Looks like Abed. Yeah, he's gonna do similar though. Just like Laurel did last time, the lane's starting to get very difficult for him. Maybe he's looking for an angle to go for this
of the
still on
people
top as
that
well.
were online,
They are
so
low.
many must have died. Luckily, everyone were not online, but it's a Saturday. It was kind of early, but still a Saturday. I mean, many
It'd be
people
nice
were
if we could
online.
head in onto the two of the mills, go straight through to collapse.
Nice.
The deathblow was just like, especially when you could log on again.
Same way he lost his career last game to the
Oh,
tower.
I like it, Brinda. Someone said they lost their 52 hunter, but it's just to jump on the horse again and ride again. That is correct. We go again.
He is getting this good farm.
We
I mean,
go again.
infinitely better than that. Last game we see, he's able to. He's probably not going to have to go minus this game. He can actually go for more of an aggressive route if he's like to right now. Has the treads finished up.
We
So.
go again.
Well,
Just like in real life,
we'll have a
folks,
solo
when
kill here,
something
unless Albert can go for the
knocks you
deny.
down, you try again.
Might
go
get a lot of
again.
return though, and he will.
Failure is
Abed's
not
happy
an
with that
option.
one.
No matter how many times you get stomped on, you go again.
Ace Rune being picked up
Just
from him.
like in
I mean,
Wild
Abed really crushing it so far in this early game for the side of Shopify with the rotations. But the last hits overall,
You can't
slightly
dual
ahead.
wield. Only dual wield is 6
Yeah, Abed ahead of the Queen of Pain and net worth. That is some remarkable stuff. And they're even going to fill up his bottle, keep enabling this Primal Beast.
Just keep Abed ahead.
Yep. This is really nice stuff. An instant smoke.
There's no match for
Did
the
get
Totem
caught
King,
there
but
from the ward.
this bam, bam,
So they
bam.
should know that this rotation's coming.
Bam, bam,
But these
bam.
heroes are low. Collapse, less than half HP. Mira also squishy. They're looking for the Wisdom Rune on Shopify.
I mean, maybe you do respawn in real life, who knows?
Doesn't at least have the Vanguard done. Pretty dead Dark Willow though, Mira.
Maybe you respawn at level
We'll
1,
get
just
caught.
like in hardcore.
It's like, yeah, Abed's not going to try.
You die, you spawn at level 1. There you go
He's going to
again.
secure that for themselves.
And then
Abed
again.
making the moves happen though. Yep, 3 kills already for him. Level 7 kill threat on any of these lanes.
Maybe this is
I mean,
a
massive
simulation
power
of real
damage
life right
too
here.
off of this. This
Hardcore
top
WoW
tower's
server.
dead. It's down to 150 HP.
You can only hit level
7
60
minutes,
though,
yeah.
so like I said,
Real
20 years left.
Real early pressure.
But yeah,
Tough for them now to set up any type of counter gank plays with the Queen of Pain because how quick this tower's dropping.
don't
Fly,
say that.
dishing it out with his
Don't
creep.
reroll in real life.
An infinitely better start. Bottom stabilite. He is handling his own. He's doing fine on the net worth, even with the rotations.
here is
Crit
that
being
you can
moved around all over the
actually
place on this
reroll
bench.
and
Saberlight,
stay
he's level
alive.
6. He's on his way toward that minus.
Two guys.
Top lane,
Two guys.
trying to chase down Collapse.
Vanguard.
Vanguard, yes, they're a little bit
Two
too
little
much
stalkers.
tackle right now.
Come on, what
Not
the-
rude.
Show them what you're made of. Look at this
Got the
tank
opening
power,
with the
boys.
grab
See this?
onto Lyle. Lyle turns.
See this power, boys?
Green.
But a healing.
Hard to commit not to
totem
Abed.
down.
Abed, he can just turn for kills. Goes
Oh
for the
my
trample
God.
over towards Mira.
Wow.
He's going to get another. Take down the Dark Willow
Look at
once
this
again.
beast.
They can't commit
Who
to
needs a
take down
warrior
this
when you have
Primal Beast
Shaman,
right now.
boys?
Abed's too beefy.
He just doesn't even care. Level 3 Shadow Strike doesn't even do anything to me. Actually tankles him. Still able to connect inside of that trample.
Still got their eyes on me. They'll have to pulverize back up in 5 seconds for Abed.
Give us
far,
more
this game, the
mobs.
Quap again.
More.
A little lackluster for the
More.
moment here. Saberlight,
Moves with the
There we go.
split.
he's got help.
Probably one
Is
more.
he going to be coming in?
Lots.
Or
Oh
like
my goodness.
hopefully
Rainbow
this is
TVs.
Caught by the stun. Magic missile as well. But the build does not have Valatrosco, no chance of surviving. Crit. Might get punished here, Mira.
Well, I'm
On
not
top of
really
them. Control.
I've
Crit.
done it.
Stick charges. Gets another stun out.
Yeah,
Lyle
Dios.
will finish him out. So return kill to be found, but losing the carry here.
And Albed's coming down too. He wants to strike. These heroes are weak versus him right now. He can. I mean, he's going to
Oh,
Oh, he's ready to go in under this tower.
Hello, Warlock. Nom 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 nom.
Quick one from Miposhka there as he goes straight for him.
Done it.
It's
Throw it
Frodo.
back in action,
Oh,
see if they
yeah.
can punish
I'm
Abed.
using a leather
First
helmet,
crown
by the way.
stun, Sonic Wave. He'll pulverize off. He's just so
Maybe it's better
tanky.
to use.
They will get
I
him.
don't know.
Finally able to put an end to Abed's reign across the map.
Laurel gets a big one.
It's like,
And Fly, potentially also going to go down. He has a TP, but they're going to have him.
how much like
Saberlight considering if he could help out, but doesn't look like he'll opt to try as he'll back away. Bit of a punch back from Spirit.
45 reduction.
But Shopify, the ones who are kind of dictating the pace, they're forcing these aggressive moves. Even though Abed is the one who
We
drops
can
down,
use
they're
the
giving
wolf
all this
face.
space. Look at
Let's do
Muerta.
it.
I mean, this time around, it's a totally different display from Arteezy. He's top of the net worth rather than the bottom of the course.
Let's go.
Really good aggression
Murder
coming up
some
from them.
mobs.
Weren't able to get the tower, but
What
either
else
way,
do we
I mean,
have?
Abed, he's everywhere.
I mean, poor old Mira. Out there like multiple times now, we've just seen Abed trample all over the Dark Willow.
Dual
And he's
fist.
pretty much got the blade mail done 1600 HP. The damage for him, it's definitely going to take some time for them to have more and more answers for
Drop a
Abed.
big Nova Totem, I guess.
Nice little fatal bond, but just some harassment. Levels on Miposhka, still not quite level 6.
He's in.
Abed's just in.
He's going to have the pulverize. He just goes straight for him. Magic missile to follow up.
Actually wastes
God.
some
He just sort of stops and
auto
watches
attacks.
in those final moments as Lyle's dead again. Abed,
Look at the damage.
you've got to step away from this Primal Beast. He's getting the grab every single time. He just goes for you.
That was actually still
Well,
from
like
the Dark Willow.
one-hander and shield is just so much better
Nope.
for Shaman
Like
if you don't
848
like
damage,
almost
effectively
always.
just kills him by
It's
himself.
The damage difference is
A little bit of follow-up
like
control
almost,
that comes out from the bench.
You don't
Alright,
really do
Queen of
much
Pain.
more damage with the two-hander
Definitely still
anyway.
struggling,
You just put
just
yourself
like
in
the last
risk.
game.
You die really
Not
easily.
as many silences,
Tank
but
two
does,
mobs,
he
you
has,
get
does have to
crushed.
watch out, of course,
Like,
versus the
shield
Muerta
is
one.
the win.
And Abed's not slowing
Most
down.
shamans will recommend shield one-hander. In the start,
Saberlight has
When I
split as
started
well.
playing Shaman, I was
But
like,
he's
fuck
doomed.
one hand. I'll go two hand and Wind Fury everything. But
Doesn't
then
look
I
like Arber's
tried
going to try and
everything and
rectify
yeah,
this.
it
He'll
was
have to
way
just
better.
let Saberlight die.
Like, actually way better.
Sorry,
even
not on your
close.
Void stance, not Cinder Brood.
Wait, what do we do here?
Good snag
We
there
have,
from Collapse.
Lost tools. Oh,
Arm's
there.
still hot for your Toro. He's in that top spot. It's close.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
true, like,
stacks.
even if you use Rock Fighter,
He will be able to probably pull a little bit ahead once he's able to work on those. Unless Abed's able to
if you
keep
use
applying this
Wind
pressure.
Fury,
Look at
it's
Fly.
really dangerous, 'cause
We've
once
seen
you
him
get
do
parried,
this so many times with his chances.
parried,
He's just
dodges,
forcing
even
these
if you have
buildings,
Rock
forcing these
Fighter, it's like,
objectives
it's too
early
much
on.
risk. It's not worth
I'm
it.
gonna do something about this. TP's coming in from Team
You do
Spirit.
really good damage with
Watch
one
with the
hand
golem
anyway.
at the red.
And you tank like 10 times
Finish
better.
off that creep, and that
Mobs
should
barely
pretty
hurt,
much be the
no
battle
matter
fury
what
done.
level they are. Hey, hey, you killed
They
my
really want to get
golem.
this power loop from Laurel.
I told you could do that. My strength though.
Trying to prevent any type of plays there from Abed, try to slow him
I
down.
mean, whenever you get ads, whenever you're in
Collapse
a tough
Midas
situation, I mean, it doesn't
will be
matter.
finished
Just
up.
tank like a boss.
Do this mid lane again.
Like any situation like this with two-hander, we're in
UK
trouble.
leads
Like,
still
we're
for
dying.
the side of
If I get
Shopify.
parry dodge once or twice, we're really dying.
He's
We're
getting a lot of
dead here,
space.
actually.
Not really many efforts being put in by Team Spirit to head up this.
Now we're just whoop them easy life.
I guess off the back of
Heal
losing
up,
that tier 1
beat
tower.
them
So
again,
it's a
go,
hard area
just keep on
for
going
Team
forever,
Spirit to
kinda.
enter into right now.
Heal for the win.
Getting complete free fire.
Yeah, taking that tower early, and also it's a later pick Muerta this time around, right? So there's not that similar kind of
No, I'm
heroes
gonna
like
heal
this
him.
Earth Spirit, this Primal Beast. They're just can get on top of him and
Heal
kill him
him,
very
that's
easily.
for sure.
Quite a bit more difficult for Spirit to do that. Can Fly get the deny?
Goal is to keep the guild alive, basically.
Almost. Decent attempt.
Now for this sort of stuff, which is the game
And then, like,
plan.
Wind Fury is really nice with one-hander, because
just
especially
sort of hold
a
back
fast
and
one.
farm up.
Like, you get focus on every
I mean, they have a Midas in a battle period, so I would imagine at least these two are going to be looking to farm it, especially if Doom's on cooldown. But Collapse, I feel like when Doom's up, he's still going to look to be a bit active because he can still effectively shut down this Primal Beast and the Brewmaster pretty effectively. But I feel like it's going to be a little bit more farm centric.
Sometimes you can get a Wind Fury for 2-3 mobs and you kill them like instant
I stay.
Now the odds are so high to always get one, because you hit so fast, every second almost, right? You use a quick like axe or a dagger.
The action.
No, I get
That blue dagger. The way towards it. Smoke up though from Team Spirit.
Doom's back up.
there's
They're going to go
definitely
meet
not
toward
an
Collapse.
infernal
Looks like here, perhaps maybe go for Abed for he is the situation down here, but Crit is behind him. He has a swap.
Fly. He's going to get caught as he tried to sort of swing round and join the other two for a play.
And Laurel hangs on to the ult. Saberlight actually able to sneak himself in and take the Wisdom Rune away.
Should be able to walk out of this one as well. It does have Primal Split if necessary, and it won't even need to be.
Oh, that's big. And meanwhile,
They find Collapse. Abed getting another catch. You'll get his Midas off.
Haze Devour. All right.
Top lane. Arteezy will pop his the veil. They're starting to play around with this front wave. Will bring him low, jump forward. They'll finish him off. So Team Spirit will find the opportunity to get in onto the half of the map of Shopify Rebellion and take down Arteezy. Golem drop, trying to keep Lyle safe on the retreat. Brings back up.
Saberlight dropping low. Or his Broling's dropping low, that
Yeah,
is.
the push is gone. It's beating into it.
Oh, it's like
Comes to an end soon. Crit's trying to dance with him, but it's a bit dangerous with this Golem around. Saberlight back in the brew form, will manage to finish the posture off.
Can't you go to like a camp?
Was Lyle Crit trying to play with that damage reduction to survive this long round and
Holy, wait, what?
Oh my goodness! He didn't have eyes on him. Lyle's actually able to blink right next to the Primal Beast to TP out of there. I don't know how he gets away with that one, but he will. He'll live.
Abed already started his charge going downwards, didn't want to stop it. Oh my god, Laurel gets away with murder. Holy moly, nice Saberlight. The right clicks to come out from this brew. You really start to see how much he's able to get here. They said missed. What did they mean?
I don't know where's the best place to kill all the...
Who said missed?
They were typing and laughing and they said missed something. I don't even know what they were saying here, but
Oh,
whatever.
there. Oh, wait.
I missed out what they were saying because Abed was typing
Well,
it.
I'm guessing he was saying missed because he missed the quad right.
I
Collapse
don't
type
know what
miss.
I'm doing.
No, it was from earlier.
Oh, it's fine.
Yeah. So
Trying to press later or what?
Abed showing himself top of Toro, actually looking to set up a gank onto him. He's got Battle Trance.
They just charging in straight away.
They might actually have him here. It looks like they should. Abed.
He's not got any backup. He's on his own. This is a big kill for them to find. Abed will try and turn with the ultimate, but Yatoro takes him down.
Oh, that's a huge kill.
Yes,
Yeah, see how
another one.
Oh, it's just the GG well played. All right.
Oh,
Okay. I guess he did it because he got the Midas and the Devour off, and he just like was throwing it out, like this kind of taunt kind of thing. Okay. I think it's
Show my tank power,
that's
boys.
everything now. Yatoro fully enabled, gets this big kill onto Abed, who's been having such a successful game with this rotation. He gets slowed down massively, and he did commit for the blink tag. So
let's go.
he's not going to be that much tankier, and we'll see if that this blink, it could be a risk, ends up not working out. Because now he's going to be a lot more fragile than going for like this BKB or hard build that we usually see on these rivals.
Regening a bit of
meanwhile,
mana.
in those last few moments, Yatoro's getting
Case we
decent
put
lead
ourselves
against
in a
our Tizi's farm
disaster.
now.
He's huge off of that.
With even
a couple
more
HP stacks, he got himself that solo kill.
Bilal swaps straight away into the onslaught and the pulverizes. Quick kill.
Nice play.
Heals.
Solo crest finished up already on the trip. Tons of magic. Minus armor as we saw there.
Oh, Windfire.
Ripped Carl.
I mentioned it, and
And that's pretty much Saberlight having his Radiance done. He's very soon. 500 more gold, so. Level 2 splits online as well. They're actually going for this play. I mean, they're maybe thinking about if he goes upwards, collapses. Considering it.
Look for Doom. And they do now have to
I
go
remember
back
not
up.
being a fan of these Alchemist because it took forever to find them last time.
She's got Mirror around.
Patience, spirit. Will Saberlight get into Void Stance? Will he see it coming? Will he be Cinder Brewed
How
up?
you'd feel without an epic weapon? I mean, pretty much the same. Like I already have 2 weapons in the bank with the same DPS.
Trying to finish up the goal for the
Even
Radiant.
more. Like it's the same. Like you get from Maraudon and all kinds of places.
That's going to be a big thing to rally around.
Now
Because it's
doesn't
level 2
really
primal
matter
split with that Radiance that's going to be coming out.
Really
The
nice
tower,
that we're
Era,
not losing now.
Paul.
Trying to get some ward control.
Right.
Nothing is coming.
Now
That's
you
going
have
around the
same
TP will
damage
do
on
the job.
Zeus this level.
That's Arteezy doing.
The high level Alvis
Going down the route of the
placeholders
Lincolns.
out here, every
Protection
quest
versus the Doom.
Just kill all the wolves.
He's still farming pretty damn well. Just Yatoro, of
Oh,
course,
yeah,
when,
so
he,
everyone
when he was given that
probably
kill from
has
Abed,
Alvis,
did
and
get
then
pushed
there's
forward
like
quite a bit there, but... Oh, it's 12 to 14.
One team shot the Fire Rebellion. See if they can find Collapse. He reveals himself. He might be in trouble.
He might be able to set up the Doom if he gets
He's
the
got
angle.
backup coming in, Lyle.
Reacts, but it doesn't do that.
He's over here as well as the other 2 of them, as both Yatoro and Maposka. They're ready to go. Maposka already dropped the golem.
It's a big
Trying
split.
to they can change the troll. They can't stop him from getting the BKB in the ult off. Yatoro, ready to turn. Looks over towards Fly here with the Battle Trance pulling him in. As Fly, still alive somehow, finally gets dropped. Abed goes forward with the onslaught, the pulverize straight over the collapse. They take out the Duke. Cottonway pushes back the 2 of them. Yatoro holding himself at the edge of the fight. Moska turns, gets the Fatal Bonds back off.
On 4.
Bringing it back into this mirror, trying to lead forward, but gets caught by the dead shot. Fear from Arteezy, pushed back to Dark Willow. Abed onslaught back online, he's ready to charge forward to close the gap. Shadow realms there. Mirror. Further way to survive there is now a trample from Abed, once again putting an end to Dark Willow. To take out 3 Shopify.
A hard fight as soon as Saberlight gets that primal split. Even though Yatoro's able to reset himself, as soon as that happens, the fight just becomes very, very difficult. Doom not able to be casted either there. They get on top of Collapse this time. Does have his Octarine finish, it's still very, very farmed, but good fight coming out.
Super close to nearly being able to take Yatoro down.
Yeah, I think he got hit by Deadshot during his ult and like ran him down toward the south side or something that actually ended up...
I mean, go Arms or Fury, both are fine. I prefer Arms, but it's
Doom's
harder
still
to play.
available. Primal split seems like, every
if you
time
wanna
Primal's
do
up,
good
if
as
he gets
a
that ult
warrior,
off, it is going to cause issues
will
for teams to
require more
clear it out
of you as a
till this
player.
point.
It's easier to just go Fury and just attack stuff. If you're new to the class.
With that fight win, now, not bad.
Just go Fury and just kill 1 mob at a time, and you know, if you do a, and just spank shit basically.
Who's feeling better about things in a close game like this 20 minutes in?
I think they're both feeling pretty good. Honestly, they both
really
have
does
really
feel like a
strong...
Whatever
Yeah, I 100% agree. They both have like really strong scaling
Your
cores versus
respect
each
should
other. It's just
work.
going to be up to... Is he going to get the Doom on the Primal? Or on the
Standard.
Primal Split, that is, on the Brewmaster, to be able to
Yeah,
prevent
I
these
mean,
things.
I
Saberlight
would always go Arms.
Because I think both of those are going to be
But
dictated
it's also a
who
little bit
wins
more
that fight.
advanced if you're new. And if you mess it up, you're gonna struggle more as well.
Absolutely capable of cleaning up a team fight that starts to snowball in their favor.
And the other good thing I would say for Arteezy too this game, besides the other things that we talked about not these gap closers,
I mean, when it comes to Sunder and Heroic,
usually one of the things
start
that, you know,
with
Muerte's
Sunder, but I
hate
mean,
playing versus the
there's
most in the
never
game.
like a
There's none of
100% way to
Not
get
have a lineup.
something. I mean, it depends. It depends on how fast they die. There is one time when you always want to use
The
Heroic
Doctor in
Strike,
the Midas is going to start kicking
and
in
that
more
is,
and
for
more into
example,
the
let's say
His
that
goals
this
will
mob
mostly
is
then
at
start to rise
20%
very
life.
quickly. So maybe that's where Spirit perhaps feels a little
and
bit
my
better about their
one-hand
progression and their
hit would put him
scaling.
at 2%,
Eventually,
and my Heroic would kill
He
him.
is gonna
Then I
get those
use
right.
Heroic and he
He's
dies in
gonna
1
get
instead of 2. But
Up towards the Roshan.
Okay.
usually start with Sunder and then you can
Arcane Rune at the
do
ready.
Heroic later. It depends on how fast mobs die. There's
They
really an
probably want to try and find a fight before going straight into the pit. Mira wouldn't be the biggest of grabs, but will be one they'll settle for. They're checking out the tree line, and will manage to put a stop to these ends TP.
Any kill should enable them to be able to set up for
Can
that
they
rush,
just
and yeah, they
adjust
should be able to
then?
walk right in there. Wave of Terror, Solar Crest, they'll kill pretty damn fast. Level 15 also hit on Saberlight, so that Brood, I mean, this is where the big potential, of course, comes up from the Brood up.
Temperers, you can always tank dungeons
Very
with
strong right
offensive specs. As a warrior.
Not needed here, led up towards dealing with that
But
top
what you should
push
learn
coming in
to
from
do
Brink.
is you need to learn how to
Finish this
swap
one
to
off.
one-hander. If you're tanking to a
Not
wheel
easy for the next fight.
or two-hand, you
Fulmiona
have
on
to
top
learn
of
how
that
to swap
Lincoln
the shield. So like it's like
safety
a
of the
easy
AD.
macro for that.
Now he can look to get involved with this team, because he's kind of been
Sometimes you
quietly
know you're
farming on
gonna
the
take a lot
side,
of
not really
damage,
joining
and
at
you
all.
just swap the
1,
healer.
2,
You
and
can't
5 on him. With the
stand
Aegis
there and
and this
pray that the
Lincoln,
healer is gonna heal
probably
you.
feels like he can start joining the fray, joining into these battles.
So wait, time to log off? Wait, what?
His partner.
Still great.
Continue just to
That's
fire
how I
off
should
it.
go sell the
What
server.
are we doing with Battle Fury?
I see what
Stacks
you're
being made
saying.
here and there for him.
No one is lagging, right?
If he's able to actually connect and hit onto these targets, he's definitely going to be doing quite a bit of work. It's just, is he going to be able to, with
full, yeah.
pierce the
Maybe
veil and
it's
stuff like that,
time
versus
to sell
force
here.
to save
Yeah.
at the moment that Shopify does have.
I mean,
Yeah.
surely what for collapse?
Yeah, Beastar, but I
Artemis
mean,
has got to be the biggest target, right? Getting what to do, or do you think you guys should still look towards Brood?
I think still the Brew.
you haven't used one-hand and shield once. I mean,
think
you
that's the
should
thing that they
really
rally
do it in
around the
some
most
situations.
fights.
I mean, every time you have to flee
Unless they have a
and you
second,
run
unless they
away
have a form
from
of
mobs,
silence, but I didn't see anybody
I
else
mean,
building
you have to
anything.
be able to swap to it. Otherwise, you're gonna get yourself killed eventually.
Getting away with some pressure onto
I mean,
the tier 2
you can
top
only
rods.
shield
Easy
one in
Spirit there.
one-hand shield as
Popping
well,
around the
right?
mid.
I don't think you even can.
Smoke from
Right,
Shopper
then
Fire
you shield
Belly
it.
comes into play.
Tier 2 to fall. I didn't even see that they glyphed it. I didn't get to see if they did. He was able to just finish it
Gonna
off.
go sell, log on,
Tier 2 to drop
TB
in
main
Toro.
box.
I think the
See
stand
what
actually
happens
caught
to the
right on top
server
of him.
again.
They know someone's over here and they're on the hunt.
Beast
Bit
hard.
too
That is
speedy.
completely
15 seconds
incorrect.
till TP though on Yutoro. Hasn't got it quite yet.
Very fast though, with that Berserker Rage movement speed talent. 540, yes and Y.
They'll probably sell for Mira once again. TP out. Actually, Onslaught put to a stop with the Cursed Crown, so Mira will manage to escape this one.
I thought for sure Mira's like giving his life, because then Crit also used the Wave of Terror, so he couldn't actually Wave of Terror and get the swap onto the Troll Warlord. Team Spirit looking to buy themselves time,
I mean,
trying to wait, wait for
fair
the stages
stacks
to
are pretty
disappear
strong.
before
I
they
guess
look
they
for a
take
fight.
low damage.
They are
Especially
getting quite a bit
right
on the map here. They're
bosses,
starting to
right?
get further. Starting to get that gold lead a little bit here, building up.
Should be
Yeah,
kind of
they
okay.
will for sure, as you said, with the Midas Doctoring
guard
too.
type of
The
ads,
fact that
things
Yutoro is
like that.
getting so much farm here with this Battle Fury Troll.
Yeah, this scaling is definitely kicking in.
Probably don't want one on like rag,
The tower, tier 2, falls bottom.
but I mean, of course it's
Get their own, but
possible,
can't yet. And you're seeing the MKB is queued
not
up, so
recommended.
Yutoro, he is feeling like he needs it, of course, for this radius.
Anything is
for
always possible.
TP's
The
coming in
Shaman
fly.
could probably tank rag. At least if you have
Impressive.
ward buffs. Oh shit.
He's on his own. Team Spirit, though, they don't know that, and they're not
is
willing
it
to mess
good?
around.
Nah.
Looks like they're just still waiting for a specific timing, waiting for Aegis to go down, maybe finishing up the BKB on the Doom before they look to go for that big hit.
Grant
Not
a
bad.
rip on
Has been given
60.
time, of course, to finish off this heart. He's made so much
I
happen
mean,
with this primal.
anything can tank
9-2 and 4.
multi-core if you have world buffs, because you got the stats of...
Let's see if
You know,
Shopify looks to
really
keep
a
forcing
level
things, right? They still have
70
about 2
player.
minutes left on this Aegis. Have some good item
So
timing
it depends
too.
on how you raid.
The Spirit just wants to keep splitting the map up.
Every reason to believe that they want to fight here.
Yeah,
Shopper
you don't
fight.
want to pally out. Yeah, if pally can't taunt,
They
you do
cannot.
not
They
want to
definitely
rag,
get
because
the
you
tier
get
2 in
knocked
the
back
mid.
and
Just
you're very
great.
slow at getting back to the boss.
What, 25 minutes in,
And then Melis will
be able to take out all the
die.
tier 2s.
Spirits is not really getting caught though in these last few moments, right? They're just fully splitting up and not even giving like a kill. It's just these objectives though, which are still big. believe Arteezy, that's the Shadow Blade now finished up too for his
Maybe I should
positioning
go
in these
sell,
fights.
boys. Be careful. This is when the server dies. When I go sell, server going rip, boys.
Just continuing to avoid one another.
That's what happened last time.
Wave
is
pushed
it
all the way
2
back up to the
times?
base,
Oh,
seeing if they
there
can
is.
get some sort of reaction, but Shopify, they continue to stay as 5 on Spirit's half of the map. Not feeling the need to be forced back as of yet.
They just
And more
they're just
than
cutting
all
waves,
bees
splitting,
nearby.
pushing. They have really good heroes for it, as we see, and now they're Yatoro's even actually
Now
knocking
they'll
on
have to
top.
do something about this now.
Yeah.
It's Crip. So you can set it with a sort of a...
I mean,
Well,
everything
look at the magic
always
missile allowances,
depends.
Sora.
I mean, like, there isn't
Abelite,
always
he's him with
a
the promise,
clear
but he's going to go
answer.
straight for a beacon.
Abed!
And like a
Yeah,
bear
Abed.
tank
Nope,
rack,
pulverized
sure.
cooldown. Didn't see what he used it on
I get
earlier.
Posture
with
step.
terrible gear.
Posture's also
probably
able to get out.
shouldn't.
They get
Can
away
do
with
it
that.
with
Oh,
Warlords?
and
They
now-
get away with
Terrible
that.
gear,
That's a-
yes.
That's the Bruce split on cooldown. Age is going
they do
down in
it
30
well
seconds.
geared?
This is the
Yes.
moment for Team Spirit perhaps to
You know,
strike.
like, I mean,
He's gonna
it
try
all
and tackle
kind of
Lau.
depends.
Okay. Ooh, close to getting into the secondary silence. All right, yeah, I think now it's going to be go
Is it
time for
ever better
Spirit.
than
They've
a
got
warrior?
everything but
No.
Sonic Wave at the ready, and there's no primal split. Yeah, they're instantly smoking. They want to take this fight now, claiming the high ground.
I mean, 10 seconds until the Aegis expires. On Arteezy would be the perfect time to hit if he shows.
This could be the moment that Spirit's been waiting for. All positioned, they're getting the
If they
flank.
they're going to see him on the creep wave.
It's nighttime
If
as
he
well.
shows, is he going to show? He's not showing. Are you showing now?
Showed for a second,
I mean,
but Shadowblade, he's hiding.
I
He's
don't
hard
even
to
know if
find.
we started
Oh, there's a
upgrading
sentry
people
there.
yet.
Is this random
So
sentry
was
going
it
to catch
online
him?
yesterday? Okay, we got some bear.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
They're going to find
Yes,
Crip.
here, look at these pros. These are
Which
pro
might be a bit of a
bear
saving
pros.
grace there for
We're not
Arteezy.
really in
Should
a
mean that
rush to
Arteezy will
raid.
have the
I mean,
space
we
to
will
get out
100
fine.
million
Oh, I mean, they're even
raid
popping
next week.
dust and
This
everything
week
on the
it's not
sides.
100%
Knew he was
maybe.
down here, but Arteezy
But we
will get
need
out.
we need
didn't
Bear
TP
Force
just
people
yet,
to
though.
raid,
He
and
wants to
Bear
look for a bit
Force
more farm
I
on the
can
way out.
expect.
You know, why
We
not,
just
right?
added the rank like literally. Well,
Maybe
not
even cut a
yesterday.
creep wave.
I didn't play yesterday, but the day before. So Bear
Yep,
Force
cut a creep
means
wave.
you want to raid without world buffs. It
he's
also
getting
means
pinged
you're
immediately.
prepared
TP's
for
coming
raiding.
in.
You
Comes
have
collapse.
the required
He's got the
potions.
purge too.
I mean,
He's
he'll
got
get
the
out
Lincoln
now.
break.
It's already
Gear
risky
and
trying to
so
go
on.
for the
Like, we have
creep.
Is he
requirements.
gonna get out?
So you need to be
He's
60 and meet the
It's broken.
requirements. Then you
The
are
purge
ready
is
to
there.
raid. If
He's
you are
doomed.
a
He'll
bear
get the
cub,
piece to fail.
it means you can be
Nice.
60, you can
Can
be
we get
level
out?
55.
Go for the TP.
But you are not
He
ready to
will.
raid. You don't
No,
have
they're
the
going to
requirements
plan. He was never
to
worried.
be able to raid. And this
Alright,
is
nicely
the
done.
for
Away
people
with it.
without
Crush the
world
creep
buffs.
wave. Tanks are doomed.
This is
That's
the
a
Bear
mission
Force
success
is
there for
always without
Arteezy.
world buffs.
I thought we'd see
And
maybe
then we
like
have
Maposh to
members,
TP,
they
but
can
maybe
be
it was because the
60,
Law wasn't
world
going to make
buff,
it in
whatever
time
the
if
fuck
Arteezy
they
was
want.
quick.
But
That's a Doom
The
wasted.
Bear Force and Bear Cubs are the non-world buff people
Space
that want to
Mate.
be
Space
that want to
Mate.
play the game without world
Reaching
buffs,
close to level 20.
which
It's
will
gonna
be
go
like
for
the
BKB
official
next
guild
up.
raids.
Nicely done.
Still though, Yatoro
So currently
holding
we're
that top spot.
people are
RPM
working
KP,
to
he'll
become
go for
Bear
the Silver
Force.
Edge himself.
And we've upgraded a few.
Primal split
because
back
we
at the
just
ready.
posted the
Shopify,
requirements the
keen
day
to fight.
before, like literally yesterday.
Probably a smoke that they want
So
to
now
look for
people know
something here.
what the
Can they catch
requirements are, and
somebody?
now they are.
And they'll burst almost anybody they do grab. Like, even
Oh,
if
they will.
Laurel gets swapped in, he's
And
likely
once
to
we
just
have
die.
40 Bear Forcers,
Yet to
then we
finish
are
off
ready
his own
for raiding,
BKB last, so
basically.
still very much vulnerable.
it's not that hard to become a Bear Force once you're 60, but you
What
know.
are they going to find?
I mean, Yatoro would be the huge grab. They get the pulverized.
You
Can they
need
keep
a
him
little bit
chain
of
stunned?
gear.
Magic missile to
They
follow up.
can.
They can
Few other,
easily.
like, small
Yatoro out for
requirements,
75
nothing
seconds.
major.
But he's up to the
Was
high
this
ground
the
here.
ones I needed for the
Around the
quest?
Tormentor.
Someone
Got his
sent
eyes on
me a
Mirror Mirror, trying to get back to the
elegant
safety
feather.
of the base with the dead shot.
What a
Arteezy
play.
making sure that Mirror ain't getting back to the safety of the base through
I
that
was gonna
gate.
buy something in the market.
Laurel getting some poison stacks built up
Typical
there.
raiding
50
times,
seconds
I mean, we
on the
haven't
troll,
posted any, but it will
no
always
creeps here.
be when the majority
can
of
do this
people are
time.
available.
It's
I mean,
quite
it's
a
gonna be
while
like
now
some
without
weekday
Yatoro alive.
like at 7.
Can they get the push
I
going?
guess.
Primal splits on cooldown.
That's very likely.
There looks like they are kind of splitting up a
I
little
mean,
bit here.
that's I've never been in a guild where the majority did not want to raid, like literally 7 p.m.
Good hit though. Great aggression.
That's usually like when people are home from
Concentrates
work.
back and forth with these cooldowns.
Sometimes
Doom, it is going to be
6:30
back
fine,
up
but
though.
some
The
people
Octane
get home
coming into
off
play.
work a
Primal
little bit
split is
later.
cooldown. Abed,
And like the raiding,
Collapse
I
considering
mean,
it.
depending on
Collapse
what
just
raid
going
it is,
straight
it
for
doesn't
it.
take
Yep.
that crazy
Open
long.
up with the Doom, but
And there are many days of the
can they
week.
really capitalize on this?
I mean, the goal goal is to do
Doesn't
it
look like they
safely,
can stay on top
not
of him.
have people
Arbet's perfectly
dying. I mean,
fine.
that's always
Another
the goal,
Doom
of
down
course.
for 90.
Okay, let me see. Long, elegant feathers. So I need 9 more. Oh yeah. So you actually have
They
to
might
go
swing back
upstairs
at
to
them
get
here,
rested.
Shopify. Starting to group up. Arteezy ready to enter into the
Like
fight as well.
village.
Spirit looks like they're keen
Here,
to
you
fight as well.
might
Too.
be a little
Abed does have a regen rune, so he is back up to full. Has that mana as well to be able to take this fight.
No Doom, but all other ults are at the ready for Spirit.
And Primal Split, it is on cooldown for 30 seconds.
Counting things out here.
Fuck.
I
got
they'll know what's up
distracted
in
and I
this
already
area.
forgot the name
Shopify.
of the things I'm
Secret.
buying. But there's something.
So we're on the high ground.
Plume.
These are tense moments. A full BKB delivered for Laurel.
Elegant.
Smoke up here behind you, Tori.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Bedlam.
He's so expensive.
Early.
What the fuck?
He's on the front lines. He's going to get swapped out. Crit able to bail him out just in time. Lyle jumps in with the BKB in the starting way, pushes back the two supports, but Stabilizer already been able to finish up Maposhka. Maposhka buys back immediately. Lyle's BKB soon to come to an end. The promise is Bruling's here, Stabilizer. He's trying to escape. The Turret's on top of the Split comes to an end. Lyle jumps forward. Inferno Blade down on the Stabilizer. They're able to take down the Brew. Arteezy at the moment hiding in the battle turret. He's in with the battle charge straight on over the wall. Splice the double kill for Yatoro. Arteezy, he's caught by the brambles. Yatoro, can he go in for more? He's backing away. They've lost Mirror. Jump out from Lyle, Arbed and Crit. Continue thinking, chase Arbed's in with the bleed on. He's not Yatoro. He's got the grab, the pulverize on towards Yatoro. Arbed taking down the troll.
Oh shit, watch out boys.
Oh.
Those wars don't work.
Oh. I mean, I don't know if it'll be a dip.
Last time I did this.
Didn't have
And then the
BKB
server
in
died.
that battle trance, so
They had no save for him.
Yatoro was dead anyway.
This is a bug in
The
the
question
mailbox.
is what is still to come
Yeah, I have
after
too
this
many pages.
pause? Can Shopify Rebellion get a few more
Sorry,
kills? Another
cannot
buyback's
handle all
come
the
out
loot.
from Spirit in the form of Mirror,
Okay, it
and he
seems fine.
is TPing over.
Seems fine, boys.
Is this a fight that Team Spirit want to keep going?
Doesn't
Or
look-
is this only going to give opportunity for Arteezy to clean up more kills here with Arbed on the front lines? I mean, this
feels
Primal
like for
Beast,
Shopify.
Arbed's in there. He's still got 3,978 HP. He is full HP. I don't know if you want to fight this.
I think he'll probably cancel this TP.
And this zone is actually really nice.
A buyback being forced from him.
I'm a fan.
A great fight of resetting.
I'm
An
a fan
instant
of this
swap.
little dungeon.
The great
I
way to
will
just
try
Crit was
my
ready.
mastership.
It's a bit of an awkward spot that Arteezy was in, but it works out. Crit ready to bail him out.
And a nice play there from Saberlight, cancels his ult, makes sure that the Brulings didn't end up dying, makes them come further.
Very nice.
And yeah, Arteezy gets the Pierce to Veil off, and Yatoro just ends up standing at in the front of the pit.
What
Has
is-
no
I don't
target
know
to
what
actually
all
go
this
for it.
shit
We'll
is.
be able
I
to
don't
see it
want
all
to-
again. The swap though was absolutely perfect.
Straight away, no hesitance there from Crit. Maposhka, did die pretty quickly, but was at least able to get the golem out before he falls.
But needs to get more out. It is a very important target to go for. Even if he gets the golem off, no fatal bond, no upheaval till way later in the fight. Yeah, good positioning coming out from Shopify.
Yeah.
We need some space, so we do
You know,
not
sort of
get
Arteezy works out there, him kind of hiding in the pit. Means that Yatoro during that ult is not able to sort of latch onto him as well. And at this point, on the run. And indeed, unfortunate disconnect timing for
I mean,
Yatoro, but
I
he was
might
absolutely dead.
potentially
Yeah,
want
he just got pulverized that hard that Arbed slammed him out the server. One of those
I'm
situations.
thinking for when I
Abed's been
change back.
honestly doing so much
Fishing,
work
I
this
guess I
game.
keep
11,
that.
2, and 7 again and again. This man just seems to deliver. Primal Beast.
He's back in. Let's see how this
Pumpkins,
unfolds.
no
Collapse does have Doom available.
This
Yeah, look at Laurel's health though. Laurel's already blinking out. He's like a piece.
I guess we
Can Collapse turn into anything? That's the
They're
question,
canceling.
really.
Yeah, he's dead.
Does he want to drop the Doom? He's going to Ogre Steel Totem about. He will drop the Doom,
We need to,
but he won't get anything with that.
we need to
Deny.
get
They'll
better
get the deny.
at organizing here.
Will they get the
Oh,
catch?
oh my
Oh,
Okay.
He jumps over him.
We're
That
going
little
back out.
spot there, the Maposhka's in.
Room, room.
oh, he saw him.
We saw him now. He will not win this game of hide and seek.
Romka is
Maposhka.
dead. Eastern Kingdoms.
No TP available. No way to get out.
No. And that was a dieback, so he's out for quite a bit. And an excellent
Yeah,
fight
what
there
level
from
am I? Soon
Shopify Rebellion
50.
around this Roshan area. And it's going to start to push them ahead. They're on to a 3K lead right now.
Yeah, beautiful
Sunken
plays.
Temple
Beautiful resets,
soon.
beautiful swaps.
The only problem
Now,
is that
Alba's got money
I
pretty
want
much
to
for
kill
his
the
next round, right?
dragon.
He can get the Shiva's Guard out.
He's going for. Ooh, he changed it
And if I
actually.
don't
He's going for the
heal,
Agnes.
I'm
Oh, he did in that
offering a
final.
lot.
That's
Okay.
more valuable. He is
Alright,
dishing
yeah,
out
yeah.
an absurd amount of damage in these fights. Kick it up a notch once he's got that Ags.
Well, actually you do.
Laurel.
So we're sure that grounding totem works, right?
Should be fine.
I mean,
Shaman is
there's a
basically
few more
how
members
you
of
beat that
Shopify
boss
Rebellion
easily,
heading over.
right? Grounding totem works and vanish, right?
He's got the BKB. They'll force
He's
it.
going to feel pressure
I
to
need
pop it.
motion. Gildy died in Silver Act.
I mean, you pushed the back with the stunning with Arteezy's looking for Mirror by the cliff, and he'll find him.
Big kills.
Lyle gets away, but
Has
Who
to
did
Sonic
scare
Wave
him?
to save himself
more money for Arteezy. Very close to being able to get that
Did they
BKB
overpull the
sent out to
scarabs?
him.
Oh my god. No way. What?
though. Team fight just seems to still be too strong here from Shopify. The Bruce
Yeah,
Split goes
maybe
off. They're not able to
maybe
get
they
these
put too
connections of
many of the
Dooms
small
to be able to
little-
stop
they
any of
do
these
some
big ones.
disease.
Yeah. If Yatoro gets
I don't
dealt with
remember
in the
what the
team
disease
fight,
do,
the
'cause I
damage
always
really starts to
remove it
fall
in
off.
stone by
They
shaman,
have to have they have to keep this troll alive somehow.
unless the fight goes like very, very long and Laurel's able to get what, like I don't know, a ton of shadow
I
strength.
wonder if
Zagnut
it sees
and stuff,
lower
but even then,
or maybe hits.
it doesn't feel like the damage it needs.
Did you
it
see
needs to
Bob
come from
Cadet
the
from
troll.
yesterday? No, no, no.
And now
I
they're
didn't
going to be
play
playing into an
yesterday.
H
I
to
saw
the cheese.
nothing,
I
absolutely
think Saberlight
nothing
also, he's
yesterday.
about to hit his 20 talent too, so those Brewlings, we saw them almost kind of dying. Definitely not going to be the case so much anymore. And Abed, another full HP pool that they have to get through.
Somehow explode
Super
from that
tanky.
part. Yeah, they do some poison stuff. Oh, okay. I get. Oh, so they do lower your HP.
Ah, it looks like, okay, Arteezy.
That could be
Feeling
scary
that he
if
can
you
get
have too
away
many
with,
stacks.
without playing with the
That's
BKB
actually
as
one
of
of
yet.
the
He'll
most
opt to get the
scariest things in the
Hurricane
game.
Pike done first.
Sure.
Mobs that
I mean, feels
debug
safe
your
right, he's got the
stamina,
Aegis pick
and
up.
all of a sudden you have
Yeah,
like
I mean,
minus
I mean,
100
you can
stamina and you're
continue
sitting
to
at
stay
like
more on the aggressive
500
side.
life without
Also, Hurricane
realizing
Pike
it, and
also
then you get
providing some
one-shot by
safety.
pretty much
I
anything.
really like it. I like that he's neglecting
Okay,
the BKB.
what do you
at the
guys
start.
think?
I feel like
You
he's
get away with it?
Yeah.
Solo elites, easy clap.
All he really needs to do is keep himself away from this Troll Warlord for the most part inside of this game, and that's an
These
item,
guys have
you know,
anything?
the Hurricane Pike
Do they
in
have any
particular is
power,
gonna be
these
able to
little
protect
guys?
them versus that.
I do not think they have challenge for
far.
Totem King against these.
Shopify at the back of Abed playing this Primal Beast. Things
Maybe
are
just
looking
conserve
good.
mana and melee.
They've got a
go
pretty
Totem
decent
King.
hold on this game. Not a definite one though, Spirit. Absolutely still with a chance on this. Only 4K behind. The last few fights, definitely feeling the Shopify Rebellion have got that little bit of an edge. The way they can start things and the way they can just frontline with Abed's Primal Beast. It's very difficult for Yatoro to really manage to get round to the backlines and kind of
Might
get
be
on these
better to
squishier
use
targets.
mana.
With the Shadow
Then
Blade,
ring.
I think both completely, the Silver Edge in fact completed. Maybe a bit of a better chance of kind of getting past the beast and looking for those kills.
Yep, I think the one thing is though, like what
450.
Abed's been able to do this game is really
And I
shut
mean,
down the supports on the
skip
side of
two
Spirit.
and
If you're
then-
looking at their net worth, they're crippled.
I mean, Amir's had a rough one. So
One
many
in 10.
times
Come
this
to
Dark
the
Willow
totems,
has
my
been
friend.
caught out and
Maybe
just
just use mana
completely
totem.
stomped over by the Primal
Let me
Beast.
calculate.
Yeah, I
80
think we're really
mana,
seeing the effect of that. Like
8
they're
mana
kind
every
of
2
poor. They're
ticks.
having difficulties actually getting their spells
So only
off.
10
While in the meantime, on the other side,
20
I mean, Crit
seconds
is
and we
always
are
getting
on
these
it.
swaps off. He's always in position,
21
and his
seconds
heroes.
and we are on it.
He just needs to get like a wave of terror off.
Super farmed and two supports that, you know, they do transition pretty well into these later stages of the game.
Doing stuff,
sure.
boys.
Enchantress can become their own sort of carry, and we've seen how just invaluable these swaps can be from Crit in the late game.
Yeah, and I actually really like the way that Crit's actually kind of gone for this Solo Crest Forest. He went actually for a pipe, which is really interesting this game when he's playing versus this Queen of Pain, rather than going just for your normal like Aghanims, right? It's got to block a lot of damage in these long fights versus this Queen of
Go
Pain.
totems.
So yeah, really cool approach
I
here.
am not potting.
They don't want to try and force the high ground with this. Stages.
I am not potting.
Nice rock.
I am not
Some
potting.
risky jungling here. It's very low HP.
He used ult for Tormentor.
Okay.
He's
And
dead.
He doesn't
Maybe
have a
have
TP
mana when
available
we
though, so won't be able to easily get back to the base. If he wants to be a part of this defense, he's not
I
even
am
going to walk
not
back, but also
potting
heal up in the
against the
fountains.
puny
But
elite troll.
quite a bit of time where they won't have the troll for this hold.
Shopify really taking advantage of this timing. 2 minutes on Aegis. Linken's broken.
The fortification. They're letting this Rax go, as I say, they're doing this 4 versus 5. And Shitoro will not opt to be a part of this defense. They'll let this bottom Rax go.
It's difficult for them to set up because Crit's so far in the back, level 18. That level 3 swap is at the ready. Saberlight ready as well too to jump at any moment.
Maybe I do healing stream anyway.
90
They might look to poke again.
I'd imagine so. They're probably like, where's your
Use a
Toro?
little
He's
bit
got
of
his TP
mana,
back
and now
already
we
now,
read.
and he'll
There we
indeed
go.
get back
Look
towards
at
the
this
base.
guy.
Swap.
If
Maybe
they can
it's
set
better
things
to
up,
use
they've already been able to take down the wall. Like Maposhka instantly gone, and no buyback
my
ready for
God,
him.
this is how we
Lyle,
do
put
it,
the
baby.
BKB, but soon coming to an end. He'll jump up to the high
This
ground.
an
Collapse
elite
being
or
fully
non-elite?
focused. He's trying to escape to the side with the invis.
No.
He will live
Can't
for
tell
now.
the
Saberlight's
difference.
trying to finish him, but Collapse gets away. Yatoro, he gets completely shot in the face there by Arteezy.
He's just gone. No
He's gone
buyback.
without buyback.
That's probably just it. They have 80
I mean, they could go for tier 4s, 3 dead, no buyback. Shopify, they could look to close it.
He got nothing off. Fully controlled.
Winter
I
is
mean,
a lot
I'm not
better
even
with
quite
this
sure how
one.
that happened. He just
It's not
walked
like
into the midst of the fight, and
might
indeed
be
he
better
just
on, like,
died.
turtles, but not a lot
That's it again.
It's down again. He's caught by the silence.
He just died in one stun, right?
He was able to move at the end. He's moving here.
Oh.
But nothing comes off. No BKB, no battle chance. A rare mistake there from Yatoro. And that will
That'll
mean
be the game.
again. The ancient's exposed.
Okay. Well, at least we get blessed with the game 3.
We certainly do. And Shopify coming back hard there after what was a rough game 1 for them. This game 2 looking infinitely better, folks.
Yeah. I mean, Abed, what a show. What a display of dominance really by him this game. Playing versus the Queen of Pain. It didn't even feel like he was behind ever. It felt like he was always making the moves, making the first jump.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
beautiful
we don't
stuff.
have Imperial. Oh my
Shopify
god.
this time around is
Why
Spirit.
not dying?
Mira in particular having one of the roughest games I think I've seen from him, but the game plan from Shopify works beautiful.
It really did. It really did. And yeah, just an abrupt ending there for Spirit. As things really fell apart in that final team fight. Shopify Rebellion breaking them down. Looking forward to what happens in the game 3, because it definitely felt that coming into this game 2, Shopify, they definitely fixed some of the draft issues in game 1. It looks so much better for it, and if anything, that's reason to believe that going into this game 3, they're probably in an advantage.
1.8k.
Perhaps they Spirits definitely look super good, but Shopify now the first game, you know, they tried some stuff out. It looked like going for this Muerta. The first pick didn't work. Now they got much more of a stable meta draft. They look awesome. Spirit. Now it's them back to the drawing board. We'll have to see what they look to come up with. And maybe deviate away from the Queen of Pain also. Back-to-back losses.
Maybe so. Maybe no more Queen of Pain for either side in the next game, as things are heating up here in this best of 3 up the upper bracket, because both teams playing in the guaranteed grand final spot. Each side, they only need to win one more game. We'll see who's able to take it. The series 1-1 right now between Shopify Rebellion and Team Spirit.
Or can we do it?
Seems that things may be a little bit more competitive than we gave it credit for after game number 1. Shopify Rebellion strike back, and they strike back with the Muerta as well, and against many of Spirit's signatures. Mira got his hand on Dark Willow, Yatoro on the Troll Warlord, and even Shopify Rebellion doing things a little bit off the beaten path, like Abed's itemization fear. You specifically seemed a little bit miffed that he went for the Blink Dagger as a second item as opposed to a heart.
Yeah, but it didn't seem to matter too much in this game as the heart came shortly after. But he was just really farmed. Speaking of Abed, though, what a game from him. What a game. Yeah, like this Primal Beast we've seen like time and time again. You try to counter it, it doesn't really work. It gets off to a great start. Sure, you can buy the, maybe I wanted the heart before the Blink. He still find ways to make it work. Didn't really get pressured, and I think a lot of that comes down to the fact that like you pick this Queen of Pain to try and win the mid lane, you failed to do so. Now Abed has the luxury to not only go Blink, but any item timing that he wants, and just completely just roll over this game.
And then his impact was just so much higher on Primal Beast than Quap's. Quap had Ags, she had Kaya-san, so yeah, she's doing some damage, but like they had enough to mitigate that, and it was just Shopify Rebellion outplaying the team fights by a little bit, not a huge amount. It was a close game. I felt like we didn't get much performance from Collapse that game. There was a couple dooms that didn't really often result in kills. We didn't really see a lot of like he dooms a hero at a bad time and that guy just dies at the start of the fight. It just felt like Shopify got to do what they wanted to do with their teamfight supports and their brew splits, and everything kind of went their way just a little bit here.
Yeah, it's one of the things that Primal Beast does the best out of mid laners together with Earth Spirit, is that when they lose the lane, they can rotate and kill side lanes before they're level 6. Where a lot of other heroes, they're kind of stuck there. They have to wait until they get the ult, then they can make the move. In this case, sure, you may be losing a little bit to Quap. In this case, barely even losing on the CS, right? But he ganks top at level 5. He kills them there. He comes over at the 7-minute mark to fight for the Wisdom Rune. He doesn't get the rune, but he gets a kill again. You know, it's just part of all these moves. And perhaps the way you counterpick Primal Beast in mid isn't so much about the lane itself, but it's about having a hero that can match the pace. Like, well, if Primal's going to go at level 5, I need to have a hero that can connect and win that fight, or
I don't think it's as
you need to have something that wins the lane at least harder than Quap.
I can't remember.
But basically, Primal out-rotates.
Yeah.
Has a stun and does more damage than Quap, and is 10 times tankier.
And buys Blade Mail.
I wonder why Primal won both games and Quap lost both.
Maybe noticing some trends, but there are some trends that got reversed. What made Muerta look comparatively better in this game? Was it the position that she was picked? Was it
if you're a tank, I don't think you can like
protecting it better in terms of picks, in terms of like
you don't even have a remove banish.
I think
it does not work for
Warrior.
Warrior is only slow stuns.
The supports weren't very good. Like Warlock doesn't do much to Muerta. The Dark Willow didn't do. I mean, Tamir special, but I was kind of talking about you're playing versus Muerta, you're playing versus Brewmaster. Your supports don't really have reliable stuns, as we saw Saberlight always able to get his ultimate off. And going to Saberlight real quick on that one, like you pick Troll to counter this Brew in the lane. It goes okay, but we saw every fight. You have to commit your Berserk to just like killing these illusions of the Brewmaster, and then he just hops back to normal form. Now all of a sudden, like your battle trance is gone, your BKB's gone. Now Arteezy can show up in the fight. Just the heroes that you had in this game for Shopify Rebellion were just a lot better at playing like the long fights here, and the Troll just got kited out.
I mean, I think this game is also a perfect shot. Brewmasters banned almost every game. It's like,
what exactly
I think that is a perfect hero to play with Muerta too, because what Muerta needs is the fight to, you just need attention drawn away from you. You need something else to happen around you, whatever it is. Brewmaster takes, he's like an attention sponge. You have to either kill all the Brewmasters, or you know you're gonna get cycloned, thrown away, stunned, you know, take damage. He does everything. And it's such a hard hero to counter, because once the split goes off, what do? You try to kill all of them, he can just jump out when he wants. It's like, oh, I have one brew left with quarter health remaining. Guess I'll stop my ult now, and then you also have to kill my hero that uses its Cinder Brew plus passive with 80% evasion or whatever, you know? We saw this fight around the Roche Pit bottom where they did kill the Brew, but how long did it take? It was like all of their resources. Arteezy's just cleaning up from inside the pit, and that's kind of set the tone for how most of those team fights would go.
And it was a bit of an interesting build by Saberlight. You know, he just went fast Midas, Tranquils, he didn't even get Urn. Almost every Brew gets Urn. Then he goes Radiance, then he goes Shard, because that's what he wanted to do. He's like, I'm just going to ulti in fights. There's going to be Radiance burn, giving miss chance and doing damage, and then whatever, and then he bought Octarine and Blink, and is like, this is all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna Blink ulti, not get doomed, and then we win fights.
So then now that we've seen Saberlight perform on both heroes, and one of the questions that I had asked in my feverish muting period, which now I've been commended.
Yeah, you got a lot of comments from production, so I think you got saved. They thought your cards were very funny.
Thank you.
I think you're not far above the threshold, though. So one misstep, we will take away your privileges immediately.
Back at 6,500, just barely. I can talk. I'm at like 7,500, I think. But the question that I will use to ask while I can still talk is that they opted to first phase ban the Dawnbreaker instead of the Brewmaster. Now you have to pick your poison. Or do you ban two offlaners in the first phase, and then the other bans that Spirit went for were Pango, Sven, Gyro. So you're gonna let a carry go through? You're gonna get a offlaner go through?
I think, like, if you look at the carries that got banned and what Shopify Rebellion like to do, like, this Brew works way better with a Muerta, and Sven's already gone, Gyro's already gone, PA's already gone. These are heroes that Dawn plays better with. So I think you ban the Brew in this situation if you're gonna get first pick again. But another big problem we're seeing is, like, second pick lost both games. Last pick was Queen of Pain both games. So teams are really having a hard time finding a good gotcha last pick on second pick here. So maybe first pick is just going to be a high priority here. But if you are giving Shopify Rebellion first pick, I think you ban the Brew and give the Dawn.
Where are we going?
First pick priority is something that you theorized even before the series started. You mentioned that you thought that first pick was going to be highly coveted from both teams.
Should be like other
yeah, definitely. I mean, I thought it was more important for Rebellion, but after watching that game, it looks like Spirit has the same issue on that last pick. Like, what's a good last pick? They came up with the same thing that Rebellion came up with game one, the Queen of Pain, and it just doesn't look good enough.
It also just, it looked like a, I'm not going to call it a failed experiment, but I think they had an idea here that they were like, okay, we know if we let Brew through, this is what they're going to pick it, right? Shopify going to run Brew, and we're going to double counter pick it with Troll in the lane and then Doom in the game. It just didn't work. But obviously, sometimes you have some theories and some ideas, you test them out, and it doesn't play out the way you imagined. Perhaps one of the key portions of that game that was a problem was that Abed just ran rampant, and that was not something they were accounting for. Like, let's say Abed has an okay game instead of stomping everything, then maybe their strategy will look completely fine and they could play from ahead of the curve. But
or if Mira had a better early game and gets symbols at a reasonable time instead of like deep into the game after he'd been killed a bunch of times, that could have also reduced the amount of kills that Abed gets and changed things. Or maybe if their mid laner plays something that can be aggressive and scout, they maybe have a better chance of finding the Brewmaster to get dooms off, whereas Quap is more of one of those, like, I'm waiting for someone else to go in. One of my supports are range supports.
How long can we drink?
It was hard.
I hear the music off. So do I. I'm getting excited. The game is about to begin. The draft is upon us. But first, one last commercial before we wrap up Spirit versus Rebellion.
But regardless, I mean, if grounding works, then the boss will never sleep, and one night picks it up. I mean, the first time I killed it, we had two tanks, so it didn't even matter. Like one tank tanked it, and then when he was banished, I tanked it.
Moments of euphoria, sorrow, acceptance, all are fleeting in the face of destiny. Yet only the bold dare defy its rule, dare to triumph against all odds, dare to rise above fate.
I feel they're definitely remember to clear all dragon traps before this. Yes, yeah, I am aware. Thank you, though.
Where your passion?
I've seen a few. Oh my god, is that how you die? I have seen a few groups not do that, and yes, that is not the best plan in the world right there. Oh, these are criminals.
Gaming is a lifestyle.
If you don't clear all the trash, they come charging in. And the boss fight is kind of long, so you definitely die. Push it! Where's the procs?
With a Colosseum,
Going next. Skills up.
and the grand museum Rome. Love is everywhere, so easy up there at St. Peter's Square on Rome. On the 7th
these are
that's Rome, the Italian prayer, 'cause love is alive when you're roaming in Rome.
That's amazing. Wait, but how do they eat them? Do they stand on some weird pillar? It's like all those mobs have a weird ability. They kill everything here, boys. I guess. The Howlers, we can go over here. Jamal, that's the quest you need if you go sunken later.
It all burned down as the road just fiddled around. But right here
we go.
Right now,
Getting close to 50. Taking a little. Available now. Healing stream, light and bolt. Oh, is that Ultimate New Wind Fury. It's not great though. I guess if you're Ellie, it's gonna give you like bolt.
so get me a monthly landed. Let's follow land, some
It's called What's Training? Question mark at the
Let's go.
Man, these wolves are kind of rare. Oh yeah, we're going here. Get some elves. By the way, has Blizzard posted anything about the situation? Or are they staying silent? They're pretending like nothing happened? Nothing to see here, everyone. Nothing happened today. Everything is good. Man, I haven't looked at the forums, but oh my god. I wonder how many posts the first thread has. Oh, these are well, the server was like lagging for 30-40 minutes straight, and everyone that was fighting mobs kind of died. Unless they were fighting one mob without the tank. So several thousand people died. Thousands. What's this one? Critical recovery. I think you have to go around, right? What about this? Sit in the top. I feel like the Venom bottle is crap. Whatever this is, we will find out what it is. Yeah, right. There's some allies that do our best to avoid them. Looking good. Still alive, still going strong. I might feel a little bit hungry. First time I feel hunger, 6 p.m. Borrow from the hunger rain. I have really understood. YOLO! It's all clear. Not lagging, right? I hope we're not lagging. Where is it? Right now. Okay, so much. Running into a camp with like 40 mobs and nothing is up, that is slightly scary. Wait, what the fuck is this? It's a go for now. I mean a no-no. We do sticky situation and find some wolves on the way. Can't be ours fighting for mobs, not worth it. Lash tail, run. I do want powders. It's not.
Another exciting game of dodgeball was played.
Love dodgeball.
As we, oh my gosh, we're drafting it up, my friends. Oh, Phantom Assassins banned, Brewmaster Invoker banned, Muerta first phase banned by Team Spirit, along with Gyrocopter.
All of RTC's heroes are out.
No Pango yet.
Time to pan.
4v5.
4v5, yeah, no. He can play a lot of different heroes, but when
anything.
Shopify Rebellion do well, they oftentimes have a trend in their drafting that is pretty obvious at the later stages. And right now it's been RTC's hero pool, the story of why Shopify Rebellion has been playing well. Yet again, they're in a situation they've kind of been figured out a bit as far as the hero pools. Can they overcome it, or will they crumble into third place again?
So the other heroes that they have played, obviously Pango makes his way through and Spirit scoop it up. He played Drow Ranger, but that was paired with the Templar Assassin. He played Pudge, but that was also paired with the Templar Assassin.
He lost.
That one he lost, yes. And then the only other heroes he's played that aren't banned out are Alchemist and Ursa.
Okay.
Not bad.
But yeah, Pango manages to slip through.
They had a choice there. They ran the Dazzle, grabbed the Pango. First spear response, I think, is solid. It basically guarantees that both teams actually have good mids this game. Instead of one team having a good mid and the other team having a okay mid.
Yeah, they haven't. Yeah, exactly.
That'll change the equation a bit.
They haven't said anything.
And the offlane pool only gets touched once with Brewmaster.
They will never do anything. They have already said that.
But otherwise, the Dawnbreaker remains.
3.5.
Yeah,
reduction